Madden Nation, S. Gibs here for another exciting edition. It is not your den, it is not my den, but it is the Madden, a.k.a. The Laser Show, the internet's most passionate show about John Madden, NFL 12 football, kicking off with a bang. Show 224. Obviously, real quick, I want to address, lost in the final 64 of the Virgin Gaming tournament that took place this past week in New York City. Heck of a run. I lost to a guy by the name of Bro Namath, great player. Lost in overtime, headed down the field. I was in position to win the game. 2 minutes to go in the game, my ball, and about maybe he's like 30 or so. Threw a pick. It was, he played press coverage. I audibled to a play that I felt that I could get a good, solid inside release off that press, which is to Jeremichael Finley. Great press, beating 95 beat press. And I ran a corner route, or a corner route, whatever you want to call it, from Finley, so he would get that inside release, throw a high lead pass, and scamper up the field if he didn't have a deep safety up top. He probably had a nice big gain, but what unfortunately happened, he had Charles Woodson over there matching up, who's got that 94 good press rating. I threw the ball, and instantly I saw Woodson break upfield and stick on that inside release with Finley. Of course, Woodson jumped in front of the ball, picked it off. That's what Heisman players do. And he was able to kick a field goal, go up by 3. That put me in a situation now. Now I no longer am playing to win the game. I'm playing to save my life in the tournament. I was able to drive down the field, kick a field goal, get back in the game. But then overtime, I just didn't D up. I let him get right down the field 3 plays. Halfback draw, 2 deep user catches to Jeremichael Finley, and the game was over. Literally that quick. You know, overall, good run to the tournament. Had a great time. Met a lot of good guys. Just the energy, the environment from that tournament just gets me so excited. That's what I love about Madden, is that competitive nature of that game, and everyone fighting for their lives, and everything on the line in those games. And that's what's the best thing about Madden. The competitive side of it for me is you waking up every day knowing you have that big game coming up, and that's what I love about that. That's why I love my job. Hoorah! But we'll talk about that. We'll save that recap for another day. That's just a quick, small one. I want to shoot that in there since I haven't done a show since I've been back. Today we're going to talk about counter defense. And this is a quick shout out to the guys I've been chatting with over at the Operation Sports forums. I know I've been talking with Smoke. Smoke had a specific thing about the stopping a counter, specifically strong eye close counter. And Smoke, I had mentioned to you about the 4-3 over plus cover 1 defense, and what we're doing with a couple shifts, nothing too crazy. You're creating a zero technique from that 4-3 over formation, where you're going to take your second D tackle. I think it's your second. If you play with the Packers, I have Ryan Pickett there. Pickett's going to become the zero technique directly over the center. I kind of think when I do the shifts, I'm trying to represent having like a bare front on both sides. So yes, I'm not necessarily taking up both interior guards. I'm trying to settle with the zero technique and then having like a bare alignment on the outside, and I'll show you that here in a second what I mean by that. It's not necessarily a true bare alignment on the outside where we're splitting the tight end with 2 defenders and kind of mix matching there, but it's a hybrid. It's an S. Gibbs thing that I like to call it, but what we're showing you here is a great way to stop it. We're trying to spring free a defender to just absolutely blow up the counter to the left. We're trying to blow up the block in the backfield. We're also, what's great about this formation is when we set it up this way, we're actually going to have our strong safety is going to be up in the box to help make plays. So we're putting extra defenders in the box to our advantage to help make a play on the ball. So without further ado, Smoke, I'm going to show you and help you here how to stop the strong eye close counter scheme that I know that you're having a trouble with. And we'll get our zoomy zoom on. So let me show you here. Let me just go out. We'll show you the play that I'm referring to. It is 4-3 over plus. And what I like to call is the cover 1. Now, oh, down goes the camera. Sorry about that. Get our zoom back. Strong close. Counter weak. That's our play. And you see if you just run the play, you go hike, hike, hike. You get the great blockers and you get out wide. A little Yucatan Peninsula out there, and you're off to the races. So let's go back to what we see. Check out instant replay. You know, what are the couple things we want to do when we're attacking the counter? Well, one for one, I know there's a gap that's being created by the pulling offensive lineman. So my first thought process would be, well, let's try and shoot a defender through the backside so if he has no cutting lane. Pretty good job there by Clay Matthews coming in through the backside where the vacated offensive lineman is pulling. Now the problem on the strong side of the run here with the pulling garment and the fullback, we have no defenders out there in containment. Now what I'm going to try and do, what I want to do is with that bare alignment front where we're going to kind of split an imaginary tight end out wide, I want to shoot a backside defender in free off that edge to help blow that fullback block up in the backfield. So here it is again, and then what also you notice is, I want you to key in on this guy right here, Mr. Nick Collins. I want him up in the box working on his fitness to help stop the run. So as you can see, he's too far back. He can help make a play on the ball, but by the time he gets there, bam, he gets picked up by the big offensive lineman. There's not much you can do. So that's stock. I know a lot of guys have a problem facing this type of offensive scheme. So what I'm going to do here right off the bat is just, I'm going to call press coverage. That's going to help to bring Collins up in the box. I want him up more. He stopped there, but I want him there. I'm going to shift the defensive line left. I'm going to crash the defensive line left, shift my linebackers right, and then I'm blitz my middle linebacker Bishop there. Now, here's something that's key about doing all this, right? You can do it very quickly. Bump and run, shift left, crash left, shift linebackers right, global blitz Bishop, and you're set, ready to go. The last thing I like to do, if Collins isn't up in the box, I like to move him up there. I'll contain Matthews. We'll get to that in a little bit. But again, what I'm trying to do in this situation is I'm trying to free up my DN here, Brad Jones, off the edge. I have the zero technique. I want to try and occupy the center or the pulling guard so they can't pull wide. I also am trying to shoot this defender through the gap that I know is being created by my zero technique. Also, I know this defender here, he has a chance to shoot this gap as well that's being vacated by the pulling offensive lineman. So now when I say the bear technique, what I mean by that is the following. I see how these two defenders are right here. Let's just pretend there's a tight end there, and let's just pretend that the tight end's like right here. Now Collins and this D end are, in theory, like a bear front, are splitting those guys. I have my zero technique over the center. Raji, they're not necessarily directly over the guards. It's a faux bear front, but that's what I'm trying to create here. It's almost like I'm playing a 3-4 front from this formation, but I'm trying to, again, the major factor of what I'm trying to do here is shoot that DN on the left side of the screen to have him come untouched off the edge to blow up the ball carrier in the back, the fullback in the backfield. So let's see if we can get that done with this adjustment. And it's like, boom! That's what I'm talking about. I mean, literally, it doesn't always work that well, I got to admit. But what you see here is everything I wanted to happen happened. So we knew that we're going to get the center because of our zero technique. We knew we were going to get that one-on-one matchup with our center. That's what we're trying to create. On the left side here, we wanted our other big beefy D tackle. That's exactly the guy we want taking on a double team, guys. That's a BJ Raji all up in your business, just working on his fitness right there. He's taking the double team. That's exactly what we want. We got the weak side tight end, and then the weak side tackle taken up by the Clay Matthews there. Now, we shot the middle linebacker through that gap. Now, as you can see, it's either the guard's either going to pick him up or let him go through. Now, the same scenario now on the weak side edge with the DN. The DN's either going to shoot through because of how wide his stance is. Again, that bear style alignment. We have the two split defenders on that fake tight end out there. He's going to shoot through, and again, you have the scenario. Well, the offensive lineman and the fullback there, they'll pick him up, or they're going to let him get blown up in the backfield. Now, here's the other more important part. We have our strong safety up in the box. Imagine if you got a guy like Troy Polamalu, you got a guy like Ed Reed that's up in the box, playing out wide here. They're there to clean everything up. Say he gets out wide, that man's there to clean up, and if that's not enough, we have our user defender, who we have in the back here. We're just spying that run. We're going to get out there. We're going to set the edge. We're setting the table. Pretend it's Thanksgiving dinner. We're going to set the table, not let them get out wide, and we're going to try and make a play on the ball. Let's show you that again, what that looks like. Again, here's the adjustment. Here how quick it is. Press, shift line left, crash left, shift linebackers right, blitz linebacker, contain Matthews, reposition them just a little bit into their spots, get Collins up. You have 7 seconds to always make an adjustment before every single play. You can do the math. You can try it yourself. 7 seconds before every single play. That's if they quick snap you to death, and that's what you have to set up. So here it is again. Snap, go. See if they shoot, they shoot. And that time, I made a bad user read. I'm also controlling 2 guys at once. But that time you'll see, I'm dropping controllers left and right. That time you'll see we still had the DN shoot free. But as you can see, the double team on Raji peeled off and went to the next level, which then allowed the offensive lineman to actually chip our DN. That was a bad user by me. I went left, McCoy, the computer, went right. But again, we're still getting the desired results that we want from this run defense. So shift it again. See how quick you can get it set up? It's pretty darn quick, guys. Let me run it again here. And that's what we want. That's what you want. You want to blow the run up in the backfield. It's not going to be an issue for you moving forward. And this defense is going to work the same way for you. As you can see, that time we were able to get our nose tackle, our zero technique to shoot free as the center decided to take the middle linebacker. The fullback missed the DN, and we just blow the run up in the backfield. Now, a couple things you can do to make this defense better. I know you can say, well, I know there's going to be a lot of guys out there. Well, Gibbs, what if you pass? Everything's open. Right? Everything's wide open. Well, yeah, you can pass, but there was a reason we set the things up we did. This setup I give you, this original one right here, this is not the more advanced one. The more advanced one would be the following. I'd take Collins, place him on a purple, and then I would take AJ Hawk and place him on the purple. You might be wondering, why am I doing that? Typically, when I play defense in this game, I don't necessarily respect the halfbacks and the fullbacks out of the backfield. I don't respect them because typically my opponent's going to be blocking those defenders, so why should I have a guy manned up on them in man coverage? I might as well drop them to the flat because if they are going out on a route, typically speaking, they're going on a route to the flat, to the short area of the field, and I'm okay with that if I throw a purple zone out there. It's kind of a hybrid style defense. Now, say, yes, you are going to pass. That's fine, you can pass. You still get phenomenal pressure when you run this defense. As you can see, it's still a pass defense. You're also going to have 2 purples. Everyone's going to be manned up. So, yes, the fullback was uncovered there in theory. But because I had the purple route going out to the right flat and that contain off that right edge, you definitely don't want to throw there right now with Clay Matthews lurking in the flat area. And then you have the purple zone that still goes over there. It's like a faux cover. The pressure's going to come off that left edge. And that's why this defense is effective for both a rushing style attack and also a passing style attack from under center. We're sending 4 guys. We're containing the weak side edge to keep guys on us on the right side. Overall, Smoke, this is going to be a good defense for you to combat a lot of the problems you're seeing when facing the strong close counter. It doesn't matter what the formation is you're facing. If you're facing a halfback dive, here we have a halfback dive, the same scenario. Make sure you get on your user player and get over there in the scenario. You got to try and get your beef up in the middle of the field, try to make good user plays. On that time, I didn't have good containment. I shot too wide, and that's a thing that's on me. I should have seen the gap right there. Instead, I went wide to the gap when I didn't trust my containment on the right side edge here with my linebacker. We'll show you that one more time on that halfback dive. Flip it. Get them in place. And then here we go. That's more what I needed to do there. I don't know why McCoy tried to pitch it, but that's more what I needed to do is I kept that lane, I kept that gap, and then he's able to have to maneuver around. The fullback's going to make a decision who he's going to pick up and block. That's a better chance there. I'm pretty upset, actually, with AJ Hawk and Walden there and Clay Matthews. None of them made a play on the ball. Like, let's go. Somebody, man up. Man, I don't know why he went to pitch the ball there. That must have been a me thing. But, as always, guys, Smoke, I hope you appreciate this. Hope you put this in your defensive arsenal. Hope you put that as an audible. You can get to it quickly. It's a great play to help you remedy against the strong, close schemes you're facing on a regular basis online. So hopefully this helps you a little bit. And as always, guys, you and me together, we are changing the Madden community. We are doing it one snap at a time.